This is the front of Judge Beckett's property. It's enormous. It looks very luxurious, Holmes. This man has conducted his career brilliantly. Who says that crime doesn't pay? It all depends upon for whom.
You never said a truer word, Watson. Now, let's try to find a way in.
What's that package you are carrying, Holmes? You haven't said a word about it all the way here.
Cakes for my old aunt.
Your old aunt? Stop pulling my leg, Holmes.
If you want a sensible answer, then you should ask a sensible question.
Very well. I'm going to ring the doorbell. That should be an appropriate task for someone like me.
No, leave it. I'll do it.
What is not sensible about asking what is in this box?
No reply. The house seems empty. Shall we wait, Holmes?
No, we shall enter discreetly. The judge's absence is a blessing. It means that we can investigate without being disturbed.
You're thinking of breaking into the judge's house? Have you gone mad, Holmes?
Don't worry, I shall be careful to remove any traces of our visit.
Listen to yourself, Holmes. You're talking like a common criminal.
Impossible to get through there. Impossible to get through there.
These people look rather upset.
Someone moving. Even the residents in the well-off area are having to leave their homes. What a time!
It is not surprising. The lack of goods and work makes life hard in London.
Unfortunately, we are not able to approach these people.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see. I need a supple pin, Watson. Can you find me one?
Very well, Holmes.
Dr. Watson, how lovely to see you again. Do you remember me?
Of course, Miss Lucy. How could anyone forget so pretty a smile? You are looking quite lovely. I'm pleased to see that you are no longer living within that dreadful area of Whitechapel, even though the shadow of Jack no longer haunts it. It certainly wasn't a place for a young woman such as yourself. Ah, Lucy, you have no idea how heart-lifting it is to meet you here like this, particularly at this time. Tell me what you've been doing. You've become a florist.
Oh yes, Doctor, I am a florist. And am married now with beautiful little twin girls.
Congratulations, Lucy.
Enough about me. Can I help you with something? A pretty bouquet, perhaps?
Not at the moment, Lucy. I really need a supple metal stem. A plant prop should do.
Oh, I see. Is it to open a door or a window?
Aha, Lucy, you are a surprising lady. Let's just say that the lock on the door to my flat gets stuck, and I should like to get in through the window.
In that case, a prop wouldn't work. Better to use a hair grip. It's the ideal tool for an honest man who wants to get into his house without going in through the door.
You are wonderful, Lucy.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Now, which one was Lucy again? Was she the lady who we spoke to on the first floor, or through the first floor window? Either way, she's done us some good. I'm not exactly sure why we couldn't actually bend this up twice in the first place. I believe that's it.
Good, we can pass. Here's the kitchen. There's enough room to feed a dozen people in here.
Yes, according to the newspaper, the judge's wife also feeds her pupils, in addition to teaching them.
Cooking oil. There is something interesting here. An oarlock. This isn't the place for it.
This classroom is magnificent. These children are very lucky.
Actually, this classroom does look quite magnificent.
This photograph was taken on Judge Beckett's wedding day. This is a photo of the judge and his wife.
Can you hear that small metallic sound? There is something inside there.
The most romantic evening of my life, in the heat of Bombay. The clock points to 6 p.m. Interesting. Apparently they were unmarried at the time. I cannot see a wedding ring. Big Ben. The judge got married in London, and early in the morning, as it is just 10 a.m. This photograph was taken on Judge Beckett's wedding day.
Okay, so I believe the idea of this is... Well, the two photos are the obvious clues, so...
There is some connection between cities and numbers on top of the box, but I lack the necessary information to obtain the solution.
I think we kind of do, as we need to match up the times on the clocks that we saw.
Perfect.
And this is a 24-hour clock, I believe.
Perfect. There we are. It is simplicity itself. A key.
Ah, this is where we have the clue for the planisphere. Well, we kind of already worked this out. It is personalised, and it's personalised to those photos.
This woman is admirable. As she was unable to have children of her own, she decided to care for hundreds of others. The blackboard shows the last lesson given to the children, ancient Greek.
This screw is stuck. It is preventing the picture from turning.
A desire to cook.
Greek letters. Copy them down, dear fellow.
Very well, Holmes.
Interesting fish. This is slightly better than the last Roman numeral puzzle that we saw. And let's see. Just trying to work it out in my head at the moment. So I believe we have to do 6, 7, 8 and 9. 3 plus 3. 4 plus 3. 10 minus 2. And 6 plus 9.
Perfect. An oarlock.
The door handle has been removed. It's a sweet box, probably for rewarding good pupils.
One of the Greek books is open, perhaps the subject of the last lesson. Everything points to someone who does not wish us to open this cabinet, which is a good enough reason for opening it. Please take note, Watson.
We are making headway. How do we know what this means?
This room is undoubtedly the judge's office. It is double locked.
It would be better not to force this door, nor break a window. Judge Beckett could return at any moment.
You're right, but he surely must have left a spare, with somebody he trusts, of course. There is no point in visiting the upper floors. We know from the newspapers that this building is deserted, so there is no risk of anyone coming down and surprising us.
There are naughty children in every school, from what I can see.
It seems like James is the culprit here.
This overall belongs to the young James. Sweet papers fallen from a pupil's overall pocket. Well, the young James has stolen the handle to the sweet cupboard so that he can pilfer it whenever he likes. If we find his desk, we will find the handle.
Are you okay there, Watson? Obviously not. That is not the look of a happy man.
It's a plan of the classroom.
Thanks to this plan, we will know which desk belongs to James.
Now this puzzle isn't too bad actually. It's fairly simplistic to solve, just slightly time consuming. So we have a blue section and a red section, and I believe the flags correspond to, yes, the row leaders are represented by a flag, and these are also tasks that certain individuals have. The blue, the names with the blue rectangle around them go in the blue sections, and the reds go in the red ones. We just need to work out where they go. So Alistair and Talia, they seem to sit next to each other. And Anastasia sits on the left of Ophelia. Lewis, I'm guessing Lewis sits next to the windows, but we don't know which one just yet. Caring for plants, Talia. That was an easy start. Aaron must be on the back row somewhere, but he is not a... he's not a row leader. But Lloyd is. Okay, Anastasia sits on the left of Ophelia. And Ophelia sits between the desk and the board. Okay, Orson sits next to Bart, and he must be around this area here. Okay, Pierce is behind Anastasia. Simon and James. Simon on James's left. Kitchen line, Taylor. I believe this is the kitchen line. And empty space next to him. Charles is still waiting for his glasses. It could be here or here, but I'm guessing here, as this is where the board is. Jasper sits close to the kitchen. I believe that is the kitchen door right here. That's quite handy to know. Blackboard cleaning Fergus, which must be this one. Louisa and Rose sit next to each other. Okay, they have the same description. Louise is in charge of the older children's books, which I believe are these. This is the smaller children's books. There we go. Okay, Bart is here. Eddie sits by the window. Oh. Oh, okay. Having these ticks when you have a group together which are correct is very handy. Elmer sits with Pierce. Okay, Damien sits on the left-hand side. Simon and James must be on this one here, as they are, well, both of them are not a leader. Justin, simple enough. Lewis. Aaron is behind Fergus. Orson must be here. Okay, maybe not. Simon, Mark, and Damien.
All right, let's open James's desk.
Yeah, that wasn't actually too bad.
Perfect. A book about student organizations in the United States of America.
We are in the judge's private office, Holmes. What are you going to do? Turn everything upside down?
That is a distinct possibility. I will not leave until I have found what I am looking for.
Well, he's finally put those cakes down.
An oarlock. It must be a souvenir. Beckett, honorary member. This must be the symbol of an organization to which the judge belongs. Look at this symbol. It must surely be very important to Judge Beckett. A souvenir from the University of New York. That's the university where Judge Beckett studied. The judge used to row. The young Beckett and his friends rowing.
Don't forget your cakes when we leave, Holmes.
Of course, Watson. A Habano Clarissimo cigar. Blind justice. From whence his ignorance? Amusing. Nothing of interest here. Nothing but trophies. The judge must be very proud of them. This door is very solid, and there's no lock.
The best thing to do is to carry on exploring this place, Holmes.
Well, there is a lock. It's just rather convoluted.
This gentleman certainly likes oars, to the point of exhibiting them in his office.
This is not as bad as the Civil War one.
A Greek letter.
Okay, so we've worked out the Greek letter and that he graduated from the University of New York.
The list of symbols of the American universities.
So we need to work out which one of these it is. And the letter that we saw was the new. And I believe there are two from New York that starts with the new.
This note must surely be very important to Judge Beckett.
And this is the first 3 digits of pi, I believe. And there's only one here with nu and pi, so this one must be zeta. Okay. Nu zeta pi.
I can make out a mechanism at the bottom of each of these holes. I can make out a mechanism at the bottom of each of these holes.
All right.
I can make out a mechanism at the bottom of each of these holes.
You've made your point. So what we need to do here is to turn these oars into the shape of these letters.
These oars can turn. Watson, this really is the most ingenious system. It controls the opening mechanism.
Very ingenious. But do we need to enter? Judge Beckett is very rich, and the room perhaps only holds valuable objects which he wishes to protect from thieves.
Doors are made to be opened, my dear fellow.
We needed to have a cutscene just for that. That's one. Okay. can change positions, but... There we go. It's a little bit awkward at times. Come on.
Well done, Holmes. Incredible. Masses and masses of files. Holmes, these files, these cards, these reports, they're all about you.
So it would seem.
Your whole career is mapped out here, investigation by investigation. Look, a detailed report about your work in Whitechapel during the Ripper affair. And there, your relationship with a certain A. Lupin. And here, the details of your methods and transcriptions of your conversations with the greatest violent criminals. My God, look at the titles of the files. Fraud, deception, corruption, forgery, murder. What does it all mean?
Quiet. Let me concentrate.
Concentrate? This judge has the reputation of being the most honest in the kingdom, and he has built an overwhelming pile of documents as high as Big Ben about you, and you talk of concentration? To open his chest to what end?
Quiet.
Holmes, answer me. What is the real reason for our being here? Did you know what we were going to find before we came here?
Evidently.
So that is the real reason behind this break-in. You're only interested in the contents of the chest. All the rest of it was nothing more than lies and manipulation.
The most important is the one in the chest, Watson.
And that is all that we can interact with. Oh God, welcome to another convoluted lock puzzle. I'm sure there's several ways of working this out, but the most concise one I know. It's going to take a little bit of time, so bear with me while I concentrate on this. I will definitely include this all so you're aware of the solution. And that is it. Greens on the left, reds on the right, and blues in the middle.
There, I have what I came for.
Show me the file, Holmes.
It is unnecessary, Watson.
It's a file about you, isn't it? Is it so compromising that you don't dare show it to me? You came here to steal the research about you carried out by Judge Beckett, Holmes. It was the only thing that interested you.
We'll see about that later. We must put everything back in its place. No one must know that we've been here. Help me. Go and put the paddles back into their original position, and I'll deal with the rest.
But that's the plan of my flat. I mean, our flat.
Quick, Watson, we must get out of this house. Immediately.
What? But
Be quick, man, it's urgent.
because of you, we have to flee like common criminals, which it seems we have now become. I only hope that the game is worth the risk. Show me the file right now.
Let's find a cab as quickly as possible. We can't stay here.
Why are you in such a hurry? Wait! Look over there! Judge Beckett! Yes, it's him. Let's go and talk to him.
It's too late.
Do as you wish, Holmes, but I need to hear an explanation about what was in that armored room. I'm going.
No, stay here. That's an order.
Your giving orders changes nothing. I'm going to talk to Judge Beckett, and you will not stop me.
Watson! Watson! Are you all right?
My God! What happened? Lucy! Oh, Lucy, poor girl. I must do something. Holmes, I need your help here.
Forgive me, Watson, but I'm afraid that I must leave now.
Leave? What the devil do you mean? Holmes, come back here! Holmes!